La propria mezzo campo a difendere e un Milan invece
Giroud in area, si gira sinistro, rete, ha raddoppiato il Milan al 33esimo minuto nel corso della ripresa, cambia ancora il parziale a San Siro, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud, spalle alla porta in area di rigore, si libera sul piede sinistro, manda a vuoto l'intervento del difensore dell'Inter e piazza il suo sinistro nell'angolino più lontano lì dove sta.
Buongiorno, pomeriggio, buonasera, fellow Melanisti, and welcome to the MLM Podcast with us, your host, me, Max Lombardia, and the Kaka to my Shevchenko, the Nesta to my Maldini, the Gattuso to my Andrea Pirlo. It is Gino. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right, mate. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Crank open the beers. A big hello to everyone in the chat. We've got Lab Gorilla, we've got Shane, we've got Kim, we've got Fahadinho, we've got Angelo Laudia. Hello, my man. Oh my God, don't read those comments. Oh, Shane. Oh my word. Great start. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, we've got that game to recap. That's Sassuolo absolute nightmare. And then we've got some super copper conversation to have. And we are ready to go. So before we get into it, as per usual, thank you to our friends over at Milan Extra who have given us the graphics and stuff. Don't read the chat, Max. Don't read the chat. And we are ready to go. Great site. Please like and subscribe to them. Great stuff in English. Great translations. Lots of detail. So, Gino, this week, our beloved Milan turned 126. Happy birthday to my first love anyway. Don't tell my wife that, but it's true. And then here we go with the absolute superstar, Paolo Maldini, lifting that Champions League in 2003, too, whenever it was, and our beloved Cresta. So, comments before the game from Massimiliano Allegri. Until January, even if we wanted to, no one can arrive. I have to find internal solutions within a group of guys who give them to me. Somehow we will certainly manage. The club is vigilant in the transfer market, but we are focused on tomorrow. Then we will think about Riyadh. So already lots of conversation there about the team, the depth, stuff we've been saying all season and before the season. And then we move into the starting formation, Gino. So Mike Maignan in goal, usual three at the back. Salamakers and Bartazaghi as your wing backs now. RLC, Modric, Arjun Rabiot, and then Christopher Nkunku and Christian Pulisic up top. Thoughts on this starting 11 before we went into Sassuolo game?
Pretty much expected, wasn't it? I mean, we weren't really going to see anything drastically changed. I mean, the only thing again is Ricci should be in that midfield three for me over Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but fine. We know Nkunku's not going to score. We know, so there's lots of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I think the three at the back picked themselves because that is 75% of our starting centre backs in one hit. I think Estepanan doesn't go near the starting 11 again, to be honest, unless Bartazaghi's injured. Salamakers picks himself.
Oh, grattati, porco la Giuda, grattati. Why?
Unless he gets injured, then you've got the three in midfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You're right. I'd rather have started Richie, but I guess it's about the physical presence. And then Christopher Nkunku, who can hit a barn door if he tried. And then Christian Pulisic coming back from injury, or not injury. What was it? The flu. It kind of picks itself. There is no depth. There is really nobody else. That is kind of it. And we saw that, didn't we, in this game? So. Game finished 2-2. Let me run through the game. So first action, 13th minute, Gino. Kone scores. It's a really good finish. It's a great finish. But it's, again, some fucking awful defending. Gabbia at sixes and sevens. The ball comes straight through the midfield. And Kone, yeah, it's a great finish. There is a bit of work to do there to get it in the back of the net. Maignan comes out, doesn't really get to it. And we're 1-0 down. And we were actually like much better as well. Like the first sort of 10 minutes, we were all over them. Not to be like Pioli and say we were the best team for the first 10 minutes, but we definitely were. Just thought leading up to that goal was kind of a bit of like a shock goal for me. I thought we're literally all over him.
Yeah. Just terrible defending.
Mm.
Just I mean, I don't even know how to describe just how bad that defending was. I'm not sure Shane could. Dumpster fire of defending.
Yeah, it's like constant now, though, isn't it? That's like a few games now where
Well,
we're
it's like-
conceding these stupid goals.
The thing is, it's where I think a really experienced head changes the dynamic of that back three. Okay. So when we talk about the possibility of the return of Thiago, something like that. You just read that comment, didn't you? When we see, it's the reason why we get excited is because it's like, if he can give you a half a season of smacking heads around in the back three, you take that, right? You don't concede the stupid goals like that. So, yeah, first real action of the game, and they score.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
my prediction of 2-1 could have still been a reality.
Yeah, it was strange. It was like one tackle, one pass, one counter attack, one shot, one goal. Yeah, there you go. Exactly that, Shane. Weird, strange. So it's 2-1. It's no, it's not. It's 1-0. We are the better team for the entire first half, and it takes us till the 34th minute to score. RIC kind of like, I'm not going to call that a cross. I think he like scuffs a shot essentially.
Yeah.
And it goes across the area, and Bartazaghi, I think, comes in with a really good left-footed finish into the other corner. Opens his account for Milan, scores his first goal ever in Serie A in senior football. It's 1-0. He kind of celebrates, but he also knows that he just needs to get the ball and get to the halfway line, which is pretty good for a 19-year-old to have his sort of head on his shoulders. And then the first half is we are the better team, but Sassuolo just punished us with the one bloody chance they really had. We had loads of chances. He only scored one, and it was a bit of a lucky one, really. Halftime comes along, start the second half really strong. 46th minute, Pavlovic to Nkunku, Kuku to Bartazaghi, and again on his left foot, really good effort into that bottom corner, takes the keeper almost by surprise at his near post. And it's 2-1, and that is a bit of a celebration. That's great goal. 2-1. I'm thinking, right, fucking hell, let's nail these bastards and let's take top
You're also
spot.
thinking I should have bet.
I should have bet, yeah. And then we score again.
Well,
we score again, and
according to Clowns,
yeah,
there's a push
there's no
on a defender,
which
means that it gets cancelled. But anybody who watches that and isn't Stevie Wonder would see that it wasn't a push and that we should have been 3-1. And they would have lost the bet of 2-1. So, which would have changed the dynamic of the whole game.
Absolutely. It's not a foul. That number 5 goes down like he's been shot in the back. He's hardly been touched. It's a perfectly valid goal. There's no offside. There's no foul. Milan robbed. Literally robbed. It is literally daylight robbery. And people that are saying the 3-1, they can still score, and all that, it's an absolute load of bollocks. We score the third one. We shut up shop. We make it. It's a completely different game, a completely dynamic, as you said. I don't know what the referee's doing. I don't know what the VAR's doing. It doesn't even intervene. There's no stop. It's just straight away play on. How does the ball goes in the back of the net? It should have VAR. There should be some kind of VAR protocol. Yet again, for Milan, it goes missing. Not good. Really not good. And again, we're here talking about another refereeing error. Again, in a big game, and this 3-1, Pulisic becomes the top scorer of Serie A joint. We go top of the league. It's it's not just like a nothing goal. It's an important goal. So it's a clown show. Referee, VAR, it's all a clown show. And then afterwards, there's people saying, it should have been. Well, most people are saying it should have been a goal. Essentially, most people are saying that. There's the odd idiot that says it shouldn't have been. There's the odd Kleenex bandit who needs to get involved and say that it is. But it's definitely a goal. Anyway, goal gets chalked off. We then score again with Rabiot, but to be fair, it is offside. Funny enough, the VAR intervenes there. 60th minute, after a bit of a knock from Gabbia, he comes off. De Winter comes on. 73rd minute, Richie comes on for Pulisic in a substitute that no one really understands and everyone's still sort of questioning, but we'll talk about that in a sec. 77th minute, just after he comes on, Llorente scores a goal. Again, fucking awful defending. It's a great finish. It's a really good bit of play by Sassuolo, but fucking hell, you've got to be more alert than that against, a promoted team. And then, when you're down in the dumps and you need a goal, what do? We wait till the 91st minute and we put Atakami on for Salamakers and we put Stipinel on for Bartazaghi. Game finishes 2-2. We have 12 shots to their 7. 4 of our shots are on target. They had 3 shots on target. Gianna scored twice. Possession, 57% in our favour. Passes, 528 to their 305. Our accuracy was 91% to their 85. We had 7 corners. They had 3. So we dominated the game. We should have won. We created the chances. We didn't get the deserved goal. We got punished there by some shit defending twice. Thoughts on this substitution? Now, I look at this in 2 ways. He hasn't really got anyone else to put on. And does he see the 2-1 as fragile and thinks, right, hello, Milan Extra. Thank you for joining the chat, guys. Does he see the fact that we're 2-1 up, we don't have many options, we try and save the 2-1? So he puts Richie on to be more defensively solid, which I can kind of understand. Or does he just make a cock-up? Do you know what I mean? And think, I don't know. I think says that, but I'm not sure. What do you think?
Don't think he's cocked up. I think he's just so short of options. I just think he's, and that's been the problem, hasn't it? We don't have depth on the bench, and we will find ourselves like a Napoli next season, playing multiple competitions with the same boys. We're going to have a midfielder that will be turning 41. We'll be having other players. They'll be playing anywhere between close to 45 to 55 games. That you don't stay fit all season long unless you've got depth. You need the depth to take on a lot of these other games, which are so again, what was it that what was it we were knocked out by by Lazio? Coppa Italia.
Yeah, Lazio knocked us out, didn't they?
Yeah, it's and again, I just repeat, oh well. What's next? I don't really want to be, part of me is I don't want to be going to Riyadh, and I know we'll be getting to this subject in a second, but the other part of me is actually, we need to test the mettle of some of these boys to see if they really want to win anything. So, you need depth, and these substitutions show that we don't have depth. Equally, there is an issue with that back three. We've got players we've got another defender, Winter, right? It's why aren't we starting with him? And obviously, he's probably looking at that during training going, well, he's not good enough to start in that back three. Right, so why aren't we making more of a January move for an experienced defender or a better defender? I don't understand some of the logic. If something isn't right, fix it. If it is right, don't touch it. And it seems to me that, we keep on hearing about all of these voices in Mercato about getting another midfielder, trying to get a Xerxes or something. Well, how many more wide up-front players do we need? We don't need another wide up-front player. Do we need a number 10? It's kind of weird because of the way that Rabiot and Modric switch positions in that weird, kind of diamond that we have. And so where does he fit in with? So do you see what I mean? There just seems to be this lack of cohesive thinking sometimes. Do you know? It just feels like somebody's betting on the games.
It doesn't feel right, does it? Yeah.
And and just being if we picks up a yellow card on the 73rd, we'll make 10 grand or something. Do you know what I mean?
I see what you mean. There is no depth. I think when RLC is your third forward in this game, so you've got Pulisic, and Kunku, and then RRC is your next best thing. I think that literally says it all. Allegri is literally like doing a miracle with literally nothing. De Winter clearly isn't very good because every time he comes on, something goes wrong. But again, he's not match fit, is he? The other three are playing in, week out, and he doesn't really get a sniff at it. So yeah, it's weird. It's a strange dynamic. I don't really know how they're going to address it. The Mercado's all over the place.
But also, like, again, I mean, this is treading into the next territory, but so basically, I tell you what, finish off the game. So yeah, it's 2-2. How does it
2-2? This is the table. So Inter leapfrog us because obviously they beat Genoa. They go to 33. We stay on 32 in second because Napoli lost against Udinese 1-0. Roma won, so they come up to 30. And then you've got Juventus in fifth, sort of on 26. So it is a bit ridiculous. Fourth, third, second, and first, all split by 3 points, and everyone's on a 1 point difference. I mean, that is quite impressive for a competition as it's such. And then Juve are only 4 points away from fourth. So, I mean, they're 7 points away from the top in fifth. So it's very close. You know, Bologna just behind them, Como just behind them. Even Lazio started to come up a bit now. Sassuolo on 21 and Udinese on 21 as well. So it's very tight, actually, the top half.
Udinese are doing much better than last year, aren't they?
Yeah, really good. And then, funny you should mention, I just wanted to show you this. So these are the players that have played the most minutes for Milan this season. Modric has played the most minutes for Milan this season. I think that's a bit ridiculous now. We need to give Richie and Yashari a bit more of a run out. I'm not saying that they're better than Modric, Jesus Christ, before anyone jumps on me. I'm just saying I think he needs to be saved a little bit in games. Can he come off at half time? Can he only play 60, 70? Can he be dropped for a game? You know, I mean, looking at the games against Pisa, Parma, Cremonese, and now Sassuolo, it would feel like a no. But we need something. They need to start playing. I found it interesting. Gabbia second, Salamakis third, Pavlovic fourth, and Mike fifth. So your defence essentially, you know, is on there. Interesting. Right. So a bit of news just before we talk about Supercoppa. So Salamakis has renewed his contract till 2031. Probably some good news, I think. I think he's doubled his salary from 1.5 mil to 3 mil. I think that's quite welcome given his performance. Nice for him to stick around. That right wing back role is definitely his. So fair play to him. Another bit of news is this. I don't know if you've seen this, but Jimenez has now undergone surgery. So he will be out until at least March. So I don't know what's going on with this guy, but we're not going to see him for a while. That means he's not going anywhere in January, which leads me nicely onto this. Hold on 1 second. Just for you, this is Gino, just to cheer you up. So, what could Santo Milanismo have done for you, Gino? Well, when you've got two forwards, due centravanti che non possono segnare, ti porto un altro che non segna nemmeno. So we've now got this link here with Fulkrug, a centre forward from West Ham who has not scored a single goal all season, who's scored 3 goals in 18 months. And Santo Milanismo te lo porta per te Milano per segnarti un gol. Grazie Ferlani, grazie Santo Milanismo, grazie ai C-Redbird che ci portate un attaccante che non segna nemmeno, grazie. So now we'll have 3 centre forwards, Gino, who haven't scored a single league goal. But it's all right though, because this is on favourable terms. It's probably a loan with a low obligation. Yeah, that'll do, won't it? Screw it. Thoughts on this, Gino?
Can't believe you pulled out Santo Milanismo then. I needed that, Matt. I really needed that. Did everybody else need that? Did everybody else need to hear Matt do the Santo Milanismo? He's back. He's coming back.
Did someone say they need Santo Milanismo? Ho ritornato solo per te, Gino. Sono qui. Forza Milan. Forza Santo Milanismo. Grazie.
I mean, Santo Milanismo. God help us all.
Santo Niklas dello West Ham.
I think one of the things is I saw, is it Matt say about how it's the right thing to not get on his back, and because fundamentally, who does that really help? Okay. However, we're playing one game a week. We're second, a point off the top. We have a squad that is overperforming massively because of Allegri. And what we've got is this kind of, let's think of it like there's a battleship and you're at war, right?
Yeah.
Basically, somebody's just shot a fucking rocket and it's caused this huge explosion. There's a massive hole in the hood, in the hold of this ship, right? And everybody's like, you know what we need? It's getting hot, right? You know what we need? We need the Santo Milanismo. Sometimes, I don't know, it's Diavolo Milanismo, whatever. What we need is, a piece of like, steel. We need it reinforced. We need it properly drilled. We need all of these. We need like 30 things to take place. So that way, like, we're secure, we're safe, we can carry on fighting. And basically what happens is the admiral gets on the phone and he says, lads, all you've got is just like some chewing gum and bits of wood. Like, do you reckon you can deal with that? And it's just like, right. And that is what is happening at Milan. That is what is happening with this board. We've got an opportunity to win the league. We do have an opportunity to win the league, genuinely, right? The shit talking from Kivu, I mean, it's just like, tutti ci davano per decimo.
No, they didn't.
Who gave you 10? It's just typical. Anyway, I don't want to say that. So it's just, it's like we've got an opportunity to win the league. We've got an opportunity to finish really strong in the top 4 if we don't win it. Like, why are we spending again? We've not learned from the Nkunku thing. Nkunku wasn't the right signing. Atakami, De Winter, were they the right signings?
Dorgu. I mean, where the fuck?
Why aren't we just turning around and saying, this is what we need, this is what we're getting?
But so he is a centre forward, right? He is a traditional number 9. To be fair, that is exactly what he is. But he's so out of form. He's so injury prone. West Ham are not doing very well this season, and he's barely playing. So we're going to go and choose him to come and lead our attack. If he scores a goal, he's 100% better than the rest of them. I don't know. I just can't see it. I can't see it.
This is a problem with the January transfer window. Okay. January transfer window is always who's really available because they're not doing well in their team. It's not who's available because we can maximize the money. It's who's not really performing. How can we offload them? Right? Remember the Galliani days when we picked up Ronaldo? Really fat Ronaldo. Barely do anything. When we had Beckham.
Yeah.
We were getting players, but do you know what, though? They were still players of caliber.
Yeah. I think I'd take Fat Ronaldo now over this guy.
I'd take Fat Ronaldo now over this guy.
I think at least he'd put him in the box. He'll probably do something.
He'd score. So, but this is the problem, right? So it's like, what is available in January? It's this. And no offense to Fulcrum, but, I'm sure he probably, if he's got any self-awareness, he'd probably look in the mirror and go, I'm not scoring. How the hell am I ending up at Milan?
Well, the report is that he only wants Milan. He doesn't want to go back to the Bundesliga. Of course he does. Of course he wants to go to Milan.
There's just something about this, about mentality. There was a player, he was at Arsenal. I think he ended up at Juve. Nicholas Bentner,
Yeah.
striker.
Yeah.
I remember once hearing Wenger say, on the training pitch, he's incredible, but like in games, just doesn't score, right? And he went to Juve, and then I remember this interview coming out from him where he says, "There's no one that's got more belief in their game than I have." I'm like, well, that's great, but isn't that your job? You not score. It's your job to score, and you're not scoring right now.
Well, he ended up doing a whole kind of, didn't he? He went all the way down. Well, not down to. He ended up playing for Bolton, didn't he, Anelka?
Yeah.
To get his career
No, not Anelka. Nicholas
Bentner. Why am I thinking of Anelka?
I don't know. Well, I remember Anelka going to Bolton because I went to watch him play at Bolton.
He was good at Bolton. Then he went to Chelsea. Then he went to Juve.
From Chelsea.
Yeah, no, but Nicholas Bentner was a load of bollocks. He was all mouth and no action.
Like Bentner was this very much like, I've got the mentality, I've got the best mentality. It's like going, but your job is to score goals.
Yeah, he was shit. He was shy. Yeah. But I just, this guy, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. Hopefully, if he does come, he does bang him in. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't know. I just can't see it. We'll see. Sandor Milanismo will have his day. Right. Time to talk about the Supercoppa Italiana in Saudi. Well, whatever it is, in Riyadh. Obviously, we've got the 4 clubs now. It's a 4-club thing. There's 2 semi-finals and a final like last year. It's obviously the winner and the runner-up of Serie A versus the winner and the runner-up of the Coppa Italia. That's why we're there. Feels a bit weird to be there, a bit like last season, but here we are. News going into it. Rafa Leao is there, but it doesn't look like he will start. I think his injury will put him on the bench. Some of Manyan's words, obviously there was a lot of talk about his contract, so of course my future is being talked about, but it must not distract me. I must be focused on giving my best. Today is not the time to talk about the future. I have to give my all tomorrow night and then see what happens. He ain't staying. Get out of your heads, everyone. He ain't staying. He's gone.
Is that a graphic from Milan Extra, by the way?
That is. They do a great job, mate. Honestly, that's the guy let me do it. Absolute podcast game changer. So yeah, like if you look in the top corner, Gina, you'll see their little trademark, the M.
Absolutely love it.
I just thought MLM, Milan Extra, works nicely. And that's why I credit them all the time. Next comment from Allegri. Tomorrow we will face a very angry Napoli after 2 consecutive defeats. And it is also an objective for them. Conte in moments of difficulty brings out the best. We must mentally prepare to face the difficulties. So, first game is against Napoli. Much love. Here they are. Thank you, guys. Legends. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thoughts, Gino?
We're winning that 3-1.
Okay, straight in. 2-footed. So this is their injury list. So you've got Kevin De Bruyne out, Anguissa's out, which I think is a big loss. Billy Gilmore, he's more of a sub. Alex Merritt, their starting keeper. Juan Jesus, he's shit anyway. And Matias Oliveira, who's not that great anyway. So here we are. Kim says,
you know what? That's a t-shirt that he's shit anyway.
He is shite, let's be honest. He's like a proper sub. To be honest, Kim, I don't care either. And I tweeted it as well. To be honest with you, Gino, I want them out of this as quickly as possible. Back in Italy, preparing for Serie A so I can win that game in between Christmas and New Year. I don't care about this. I'm not just saying it. We won it last year. It was the only real good thing we did all season apart from beating them, but that's easy now. So just what do you think, Gino? Interested, not interested?
Supercoppa, don't like it. Don't like the format. Enjoyed it last season because it was the only thing that gave us any kind of hope and us thinking that Conceição was going to turn around our season. But he wasn't. But he didn't. It was an absolute failure. Conte is going to lose the game. He's then going to say, but Milan are only playing 1 game a week and we've been playing like 4 games a week because somehow his maths a week is like 12 days. you know, and then he's like, then there's gonna be this whole thing that him and De Laurentiis aren't talking. I can already plot what happens. They're gonna lose the game. He's going to whinge about the amount of games that Napoli are playing. He's then going to say that I don't have a team, or he's going to use some sort of phrase, which is like, it's hard to run a team when basically all you've got is donkey feed, something like that. De Laurentiis is then going to make some sort of like shitty announcement somewhere when he's coming out of a restaurant in Naples. And then he's going to have to say something to the press about, no, I was on the phone to him yesterday. We're best of friends. This is all this nonsense, right? That's going to go on. And it's like, it's just why do we carry on allowing these people to just keep voicing nonsense, right? And then I tell you what's going to happen. Inter's going to do pretty much the same. We've been playing, you know, again, like, but they'll do like 3 games a week, because a week for them is like 6 days or something. And then Kiev is going to say, nobody expected us to be here. It's like, didn't you win a competition to be here? You're kind of there because you won, right? Fucking retard. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So sorry. So sorry. But I mean him. I just mean him. I don't mean, you know. Bologna, rightfully cup winners, you know, great. What I just don't know. You know, Bologna win it, amazing. It just means that they can't make a charge for the top 4. I don't know. I just don't care. We're winning this 3-1 tomorrow. We're going to be in a final with Inter. I'm telling you that now for sure, right? And it's going to be like a 93rd minute winner in the final. It's going to come from someone. I'm betting Rabiot, right, from a Modric pass. If this comes true, this, right?
So let me give you my take. The Super Cup should be the winner of the Serie A versus the winner of the Coppa Italia. So this game should be a one-off. It should be in Rome, and it should be Napoli versus Bologna. I think most people agree with that. This format is just made to make more money. It's not about advertising the league. It's not about making the Serie A bigger, Brad. It's just about money. Fine, whatever. We go to Riyadh. Fine. We play these 2 games. More games on the calendar we don't need, especially this really weak, depleted, low depth squad that we have. I think tomorrow will be a shit game. I wish I could agree with you, the 3-1. I think it's going to be a horrendous 1-0 either way. I think it's going to be shithousery football until someone scores, and then someone will defend like his life depends on it. There'll be no extra time, so it could be penalties, it could be a draw, I'm not sure. In terms of the final, it would just, I've got it in my head that we get to the final and we play Bologna and we lose. I don't know why. And then we become the first club to have given Bologna 2 trophies in the space of a year, having them not won in like 30-something years, 40-something year trophies. I don't know why. That's just what I've got in my head. I hope not. But
do you know who won't be winning a trophy?
Who's that?
A former player of ours.
But you're gonna have to. There's a lot of those, mate. You're gonna have to give me.
He fell out with Sergio.
Who's that? You're gonna have to help me, mate.
Defender, right-sided defender.
Calabria. Yes, he's been.
Where's Davide now?
He is at Panathinaikos.
Oh,
that Greek one. Yeah. He scored in the Europa League the other night.
I saw that goal.
It was a good goal.
Oh well.
He had to leave. Have you read his thing?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I wondered when you got that. I had to leave. I had to leave my boyhood club because of a manager that'd been here a month. Okay, mate.
Yeah. Also, you were shit.
Yeah, and you kept leaking stories to the press. But anyway, spione the merda. Anyway, right. So, okay. So you're going Super Cup victory. That's where you're going, right?
I'm saying Super Cup victory. Rabiot from Modric pass.
I'm going losing the final. That's what I'm going with.
I'm also going out tomorrow after a terrible 1-0 defeat. So
yeah, whatever. Well, like that VAR for that Pulisic.
Yeah,
Oh well.
Well.
Oh, it was a 3-1. Well. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Okay, right. It's that time, Gino. Who's your Pavlominga of the week, mate? Who have you got?
I don't have anyone. Sorry. VAR, refs.
Yes.
The refs.
Yeah.
My Pavlominka of the week is the refs because they are showing a lack of consistency. They are showing clear misinterpretation of the rules. They are showing that football is becoming a bit of a joke. They are making it a spectacle for all the wrong reasons. And I am sick to my back teeth that we haven't addressed VAR properly. Here's how I would change it. I would have video controls, right, for major incidents only. And I wouldn't do it so much based on a offside where it's like a toenail or like a little finger. Sorry, that was the beer.
That's that beer, yeah.
That was the beer that just kicked in. I wouldn't do it for like a toenail or a little, like a finger offside or anything like this. I wouldn't be introducing VAR for anything like that. Here's where I would be introducing it for incidents of, you check the status of a goal. Number one, if a player has been injured due to a foul, you need to check that because you need to see, is there malice, is there intent? But you do it at full speed. You don't do it at slowed down speed. And finally, what I would allow is I would allow the managers to have 2 VAR checks of their calling, per half. So if they notice something that's happened on the pitch that hasn't been pulled up, or let's say that there's a decision which hasn't come about from VAR, so there's a goal that's been put in, VAR doesn't check, but VAR should be checking all goal decisions, right? It should be a really quick thing. Then the managers can turn around and say, I want that checked. So, like how it used to be in tennis, or they get one call, a half. I think that would make it much more easier. I don't think we should have it for offsides, full stop. Unless the offside is like 3 feet and the linesman hasn't bloody seen it, but then that should be down to the manager. Go in. I want that checked. But my Pavlominka of the week is VAR and the people that run it.
It'd be nice if they just stuck to the rules that they've made. That'd be nice.
Oh, fucking stop trying to speak sensibly.
No, what you said is much better. Your version is much better. But I would like it if they just stuck to what it says. The guy put the ball in the back of the net. There's a dubious foul. It's not a fucking foul anyway. Use the VAR. Watch it. You'll see it's not a penalty. It's not a foul. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Cost us 3 points. My Pavlominga, this is going to be unpopular, was Gabbia. Because the goal that we conceded, that first one, he got himself spun round like an idiot and literally kind of straight in on goal. Not good. I don't know what he was like on one player, then he was on another. Like Tomori's out of space, Pavlovic is out of space.
They're not talking.
I give it to Gabbia, and I would never normally do that before people jump on.
The best defenders I have seen over the last 40 years of watching live football games. The best defenders I've ever seen.
They're just shouting at each other, aren't they?
They are constantly talking.
Yeah.
Constantly. I remember once, what was it, in 96, I went to watch a game, a Stockport game. Who was it? It was Stockport. But anyway, Stockport, I think, had one of the best defensive records that year. And yeah, I thought you watched it, and it was like, I remember my uncle just saying to me, that is why their defense is so good. They are just talking all the time. No defender. And the thing is, though, lots of the crowd were just quiet because they just wanted to hear. It's like, what's he saying to him? It's like, push up now, push up another meter, come back a meter, go left a meter, and they were like, they were keeping checks on each other. These lads aren't talking. They're just not talking.
Milan Extra, they made a good point. I thought we'd done the same. Did you see the way he was running and then he kind of just... That looked really bad. Thank God he's nowhere near that bad. Right, that's your Pavlomingit of the week. No, don't know why that's not working. Right, guys. As you know, we have a Substack. You can join the Substack for £3.50 a month for all our premium bonus content, bonus podcasts, articles, etc., etc. The last article I did was this one, Same Old Milan, Sassuolo, Charity FC, and a defence made of cheese. So if you like the stuff that you read, you can also become a founding member. That costs 40 quid or so. A big thank you to our founding members, Rune, Rajat, and Shane, our monthly subscriber, Buzz, and then down at the bottom of scrolling, all of our free subscribers. And we also had a new one in Pratima this week. So, guys, thank you very much. I think we've come to sort of like a natural end there, Gino. Not bad time either, 42 minutes. So,
this one yet?
Not bad, is it? Not bad. I think big thank. Yeah, good idea. There's no questions from X or Instagram. If you've got any questions for us, just whack them in the chat right now. And what I'll just say is a big thank you to everyone on TikTok, Instagram, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everyone that follows, likes, and subscribes to us. We really appreciate it. Massive thank you on X as well. It's a strange season, this one, because the results are good. The playing style's a bit strange. And we're a little bit inconsistent, I find. Like one week to another week, it's a completely different Milan. But what I noticed is we started off defending really well, but couldn't score, or scoring very little. Now we're scoring more, but we can't defend. We can't quite get that balance. And I think we do need a cool head at the back. We need an experienced centre back. There's Thiago Silva. There's Sergio Ramos being floated around. And then we need that forward. I don't think Fulcrook's the guy, but
do you know what? Do you know? I was just thinking then. I was just thinking we need like a Giroud style player, and I think Lewandowski would be incredible.
I mean, that would be ideal. Yeah. He's still banging them in.
Still bangs them in. He's physically just absolute beast. He's a freaking beast, Lewandowski. And he would be ideal with that experience of Modric and Rabiot behind him. He would be ideal. He would just know how to move. That's the most important thing. Just wanted to say myself, again, a massive thank you to you, Max, and for the support you've been giving me, and to John reached out to me, and a few other people have reached out to me recently as well. So I just wanted to say big thank you to the community. It's still difficult, and should I say what I said to you at the start or not?
It's totally up to you, mate. It's totally up to you.
You're not getting many articles from me because I've got a bit of writer's block, which doesn't help when you consider that my job is writer. So it's not good right now, but I'll get there. I'll be okay. But just a thank you for all of your support, and it really means a lot. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Right. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Lab. Thank you, Kim. Camille Fandino. Thank you, Angela Laudia. Thank you to Milan Extra. If you want to retweet this, I wouldn't mind, Milan Extra. Right. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Sempre Forza Milan, and we'll see you next week after the Supercoppa. Grazie and ciao.